Hey there, welcome to a brand new episode of Muzikxpress. My name is Twan and in this week's vlog you will see my interview with Danjo and Rob Styles. I spoke with them about their classic Duende and more. But before we start with the interview, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and very important, also make sure to click the bell button because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. Alright, here it is, the story behind Duende, my interview with Danjo and Rob Styles. Enjoy! DJ Danjo and Rob Styles are responsible for several great trance releases. You might know the Dutch DJ and producers duo from tracks such as Witness, Anticipating, Aragon and of course Duende. That one came out back in 2004 via the famous label ID&T. For this week's vlog I sat down with Danjo and Styles to ask them about the story behind this track and more. My first question to them was how old they were when they started to listen to music.
Shall I start?
Well, yeah.
So let's see. I think I was from the minute I was born. I've been listening to music, and I think it started with, of course, what my parents were playing, and I still remember. So I must have been like 2 years old, or maybe 1 or 2 years old, like the album from Alan Parsons Project, that kind of music, Vangelis. It's all early 80s music, so it must have been very, very early for me.
Yeah. For me it wasn't that early, but my father is really into music and collecting records like you. And we also always went to Rotterdam to the record club. It was called the Platenclub. And then we rented CDs and taped them over on cassettes like everybody did, of course. And I was like 9 or something. And because I know, because there was like a Jack Mix 88. It was before Turn Up the Bass series, where it was swing beat and stuff. And I remember that I really liked, that there was one mix, and I was Jack Mix 88, so I was 9 or 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah. I think if you would distinguish like when did you start listening to music and when did you start like interacting with music, I think it was for me when I was 6 or so. I still remember this huge moment when the Final Countdown
Euro
by Euro came out, and that was like, it turned my world upside down. It was so great, and that was the first song that I was really like super enthusiastic about, and I was taping it and stuff. So that was 86, I think. Was that? Yeah.
So around what time did you guys start making music yourself?
Shall I start now? Yeah.
Please.
Well, maybe it's the same answer, but I think I was around 16 or 17 or something. Friends of mine, they got a fast tracker because I didn't have my own computer back then, and I started to make music on that. I produced hardcore back then, so I was like 16 or 17.
Yeah, Fast Tracker rings a bell for me. Yeah, I started a bit earlier.
Pro Tracker, Screen Tracker. I had before that. Yeah.
Well, for me the adventure in electronic music started when I was 12 or 13, I think. I was at a friend's house. He had his own PC at his room, which was pretty special for a 12-year-old kid back then. And we could do everything to that. So we investigated, how to get sound from it, and we built in a sound card, and then we found on a shareware CD, found a little mod tracker program, which was called Mod File Editor, MFED, and that was my DAW.
I always call it motherfucking head. Motherfucking head.
No, that was my producing software for a few years, and then it was a 4-channel mod tracker, something like that. So it couldn't do much with it, but I got very creative by the limited possibilities. So that was a new world opened up when Fast Tracker came along. I had my first releases with Fast Tracker.
So what was your first release?
It was this one, basically. It's The project name is Quintos, Feel Your Heartbeat, and it was at one of the sub-labels from Hot Music.
Hot Sound.
Hot Sound is the shop. Hot Music was the record label, and I was 17 at that moment, and I sent a demo, just a cassette tape, to their office in Rotterdam. And I recall calling them a few days later, and I spoke to DJ Quinten de Rosario, who was A&R at that time, and he wanted to sign a bunch of records that I sent to him. So I was like running in the street, and whoa, my first record deal. At I think I was 16 when I signed, and 17 when it came out. So
pretty young.
Yeah, very young.
Yeah. And for you?
Yeah, well, like I said, I started making hardcore, but then I realized, I got in touch with DJ Rob from Rotterdam. He's like a legend in the hardcore scene, one of the pioneers in Gabber music, together with Paul Elstock in the Rotterdam scene. And well, I was wondering, because I thought, how can I get in touch with him? And then I thought, well, if I write an interview in the school paper, I can maybe I can persuade him to invite me to his studio. And well, he was interested. So, but I didn't have an interview for the school paper. So I thought, okay, but if I do have an interview for the school paper, then I can go back to him to show him the result. So the school paper was interested, and I got the interview. And well, from then we got in. We kept in touch, and I showed him my demos. And well, he said, well, you can also work in my studio if you like. So so I started to work there. And well, then I realized, I maybe because I was from Rotterdam, that the hardcore scene was the first thing to think of. But I thought, well, when I go out, I do not really prefer hardcore music. I prefer the house, the club music. So it's not really logical that I produce hardcore music. So then I started to make trance music, and together with Brad Grobler, he's one of the guys behind Dance Nation, and we sat together in the studio and we made a few records. So it was 1999, I think, that I got released on arcade TV CDs. That was a thing back then. It was on the TV, the commercials, and it was like Trance Top 100, and I got I think 3 or 4 tracks on it, on diverse editions. And yeah, so it started for me then, and I got a record. The first vinyl record that was out for me was a Smoking EP, and it was on a Basic Beat label. Yeah, so that's how it started for me.
Okay. So can you tell when and where you guys met each other?
Sure can. We met at the university, Technical University of Delft, which is still close to where we are right now. Back to ground zero, you could say. But yeah, we met at a party there, basically. It was an introduction week for new students, and you were in your second year.
I was a mentor.
Yeah, and I was in my first year then, and we got talking at this party. The topic came to music, and then we were like, okay, all the friends we were with, they started partying elsewhere. We were glued to each other for the rest of the evening, so we thought, okay, music is binding us.
Let's same passion.
Let's do some studio time and see what happens.
So like at the same night, you guys decided already, like, okay, we should work in a studio on something.
I think so. Yeah.
We never really became friends, right?
Still,
just the music.
So what was the first release of the two of you together?
The first what? Sorry?
The first release of the two of you together.
Yeah, I think the demo we sent to well, we worked in Fast Tracker back then, because we both were used to do that, and we made an EP. I don't know what the name was.
Acting on Impulse.
Acting on Impulse, and well, there were like 3 or 4 tracks we had. We were enthusiastic about it, of course, because we sent the demo to. But then we thought, okay, well, which label is suitable for these tracks? So we got in touch with BPM Dance, and well, they listened to the demo and they were interested. So well, we got in touch with them and signed the contract.
Back then it was owned by Randy Katana and Freek Fontein was also involved.
DJ The Freak,
DJ The Freak. So they, we started talking to them, and then I think it was Randy who introduced us to like other types of software, because Fast Tracker wasn't.
The quality wasn't.
He liked the concept, but the quality wasn't just there. So we never got to release that demo, but it got us in, and then we started producing. A bit under his wings, I could say. He did some coaching as well with us.
Yeah, he came to with our first release. He came to the studio, and he taught us this would work, and so we were. He was for us, a really big guy. We were really looking up to him as a producer. So it was really nice that he took the time to tutor us, and. The version he did also made the vinyl release.
So back to the original question, which was this record? It's called Witness.
Yeah. And the B-side has the Randy Katana remix.
Or maybe it was the A-side. I'm not sure.
It got mixed up in some way. So no one really knows what is the original Danjo Styles version and what is the Katana remix. We will keep it a secret.
Okay. So for this interview we're going to talk about your track Duende. First things first, was there anything that did inspire you guys when you started to work on the track?
Inspiration usually comes from sound, for me personally, and I think I may say that usually the melody is like my sort of thing. I start playing around, and then we browse preset sounds just to get started, and then the sound itself asks for a certain melody. So I basically let that happen and see what we can come up with. So I think for this record it was just the same. We found this lead sound really powerful.
Can we tell how we came up with the lead sound?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, some credits to Jos van Houten.
Jos van Houten, he was a BPM dance buddy, a label mate, and he asked us to do a remix for Heaven's Gate, which is a really magical track. So we were happy to do that, and so we got the sample for the lead, and I think we asked him, can we use it, or he sent the bigger pack for the sample.
It was just the C,
it was
the C key from one specific sound, and we didn't have like the whole sound bank, but we used only that C, and I think it has been used in every track that we ever did.
So we liked it. we tweaked it a bit, of course, but it's just a sample. But all the credits to Jos van Houten.
So can you tell a bit more about the production process of Duende?
Yeah, well,
sure. Yeah, I think Duende had sort of the same production process that we always had for every track. We started out with a bunch of melodies, and usually I throw a 30-second concept to Danjo, and it has.
I catch it.
It has most of the melodies inside, and then but it's no track yet. It's just an idea, and then Danjo takes the time to like really do the production, the build up, the stuff, and the
beats,
the beat, loops, samples. You really took your time to just deliver the vibe, the quality of the groove.
It's a real we really 1 and 1 is 3.
Yeah, well, in our case it was. I had a hard time still have finishing stuff, so this was the perfect match to have someone next to you that can take this raw thing and make it into an actual track. So we usually during that process we come together a few times, like 2-3 times, and then a track was finished. So one time at the initial ID phase, then to judge on all the iterations you did, and then we take some time to finish it all, mixing, mastering, and
and we used to bounce back and forth on the internet as well. Because we had the same setup with Reason, it was easy to send the file over, and work on it.
Yeah, that's another topic as well. Of course, what software did we use? We used Reason, which was a pretty special piece of software. It had a lot of functionality. It was pretty easy to use, and it was all in one. You just save your file, and it has everything. So no VSTs, no dependencies. It was just all in one.
Yeah,
which was really powerful, especially when working together.
Yeah,
but we also noticed the limitations at some point.
Yeah,
not being able to use VSTs.
When the VSTs blew up, we were thinking, wow, we're missing out. Yeah.
Yeah. So you both had your own studio back then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So how long did it take you to finish the entire track?
Yeah,
I don't really remember, but
I think when we came together, it was like 6 hours or something. But sometimes we also worked on various tracks. Mm-hmm. So altogether, I think we finished it in like a month or something. But so in hours, it will be like 30 hours because I spend a lot of time tweaking and
just automating.
Yeah, like I can. That's also for me. It's not. When I do work solo, I have the same problem because when you work on a hi-hat, it's like and then like for 3 hours, and I still can't decide. So that, but Rob says you can hear it in the record, mm-hmm. So that's nice to hear.
Yeah, you sure.
He's just being nice.
He's not being nice. Yeah. But we're not. I can say for as a duo we are, and also for me solo, I'm not a fast producer. Yeah. I'm really slow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but if the result is good, then it's worth it, right?
Yeah, maybe. But I also worked with the other guy, and he was like, when he finished the track, and he was like, he did it on a Sunday afternoon, and the track was done. I was like, wow. Imagine that.
Yeah. So, is there a story behind the title?
Well, you were the title guy. Yeah, so I was the title guy.
Tell this.
Yeah, well, I used to when we finished the track, then it was always nice to think to make a list and then think what title suits the track the most. And well, Duende is it means like a magical spirit or something. It's Spanish, of course, and I just thought it suited the track and Rob.
I remember you had a list of just cool words.
Right? Yeah.
It sounds cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
that's the story.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the story.
And La Vuelta, of course, the return was when we did the
a bunch of remixes.
Yeah, the remixes. Yeah.
So previously the Danjo Styles tracks came out via BPM Dance. You already mentioned them, and also Captivating Sounds. But Duende came out via ID&T. Was there a reason you guys picked this label?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, we wanted to get involved with ID&T because we love the label, we love the name. So when was it? I think when BPM went out of business, then we had to search for a new home, basically. And then we ended up talking to ID&T as well.
Yeah, first Armada, because they were starting up. I knew Armin from Leiden. When he was becoming big, he once asked me to take over his residency at Club Nexus. It was really funny because I didn't have a car and I lived in Rotterdam. I had to go to Leiden with the train with my record box. And it was nice because I played with him together, and he said, okay, well, when you're done, it was a really small club with like, I think it was like, if it was packed, like 100 students or something, it was packed. But it was, and we were done, and he said, okay, now the thing you have to do is take this hose and you go to the toilet and you that's what he did as well. So and I think it was like 50 guilders at the time as a compensation you got,
which is like 20 euros now.
Yeah, and I had my train ticket and I thought, okay, I'm cleaning the toilets here. I'm not sure. I was doing the math, and I thought, okay, I will keep it for this time only. And
well, at least you can say you played for a sold-out venue together with Armin.
Yeah, and I've got a picture as well to prove it. But then
from the toilets, or
we were doing like this, brushing
back to back.
Back to back brushing. Yeah, no, it's a nice story. Yeah, and. So I got to his studio as well because he lived at his parents' house and in Kouwenkerk. So it was really nice to see him because he was blowing up back then in England and with communication, I think. But they were starting Armada later when we searched for a new home for our tracks. So we got in touch with.
We basically chose both labels to work with. We had Aragon released at Captivating indeed, and it was more or less the same period that we delivered Duende to Dick de Groot at ID&T.
So the track came out with a remix from Signum. Did you guys pick Signum as remixers, or was this a decision by the label?
It was not a decision by the label. We knew Signum from our BPM time. We even got close friends with them for a while. I remember visiting birthdays and stuff
we had a party
with them.
Your house. Pretty cool.
We got in touch pretty well, and I think we just made a swap deal somewhere to we do a remix for them, they do a remix for us, and were we first or were they first?
No, they were first, I think.
Yeah,
but it was a good deal for us because Signum was already famous, of course, and for us we were really we were also looking up to them.
We looked up to them as well in their production style and quality. It's really amazing.
So swap deal was good for us.
Good deal for you.
Yeah.
So what were you thinking when you heard the remix for the first time?
Yeah.
It was boom,
shivers. Yeah.
Because of course we liked our own version, the original, but then we heard it was much more for peak time
big whole energy stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. So the Signum remix also got supported by Tiesto, who played it during his Tiesto concert shows.
Absolutely.
So when did you guys find out he was supporting the track?
Well, more or less directly. I remember receiving a text, SMS text at the very moment that he was
SMS
playing.
text. You should explain to the people.
Yeah. There was no WhatsApp yet.
Okay, someone sent me a message on my phone telling this could be your track I'm hearing. So, we were sort of not expecting but hoping he would, because we had been in touch with Dimitri de Wit, who has unfortunately left this world already. Just want to show him some respect because he really made it happen for us. He took our track, we gave it to them, and he introduced it to Thijs. And he, not only he took Duende, but also another track by us, and he put them both in his concert. So that was really amazing. It was an enormous boost for our
profile. Yeah. So which other DJs did support the track?
Well, I don't want to be arrogant, but I think it was Armin. Armin was always a sure player of all our tracks. Paul van Dijk did. So those were the
like every trance DJ.
The most famous three. Ferry as well. I'm not sure, but
you tell us.
I'm trying to think. I'm not sure.
No, but we were overwhelmed by the support on the track.
And I guess ID&T was happy as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember Dick de Groot calling Duende an evergreen track. So that's a compliment.
And we were compiled at a lot of classic CDs, trance classic CDs. So that's really an honor for us as well.
So what is the highlight for you guys when it comes to the release of Duende?
Well, I know a thing.
Yeah.
To me, it was really special. The year that Duende came out was basically a terrible year for me. My father passed away that year, and that was like a month, I would say. It was the 15th of March in 2004. So Duende was released pretty short after that. I think it was the month after, something like that. So we had this track, and it has such a feeling in it, such a it's really emotional when you hear it, and you can hear, of course, feeling is feeling, so everyone can fill it in for themselves. But to me, it really captures part of the feeling that I had at that moment, the grief, the I couldn't understand what happened. So we got this when we discussed the record with ID&T, the promotion and the vinyl. I had the idea of can I honor my father in the release of this track, and Dick was really cooperative by thinking along. He said, well, you can write something and we will what's it called?
Etch.
We will etch it.
In the vinyl.
It will be, the inscription will be in the actual vinyl, and that is to me is a really special, beautiful thing to be able to do that. And it was extra special to actually see on forums on the internet that people have noticed it. I remember reading people that were touched by that little sentence that I wrote there. So that's Duende for me always brings back memories from my father and that period, and it's that makes it like extra special. Especially that it was such a hit. It has become such a classic.
Exactly,
I wouldn't have wanted any other track to be.
It was meant to
classic.
be.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the most special thing for me around Duende.
Yeah, and then for you.
What can I say?
Try to top this.
No.
Okay. You guys were DJing yourself as well at the time, right?
Yeah. I was DJing myself. Like most of DJs start out on school parties and stuff. And I had a gig as a hardcore DJ as well. Like I mentioned before, I can still remember my father was dropping me off, and then afterwards he came pick me up, and I was waiting in the street with the vinyl, and I didn't really I wasn't really satisfied by my set. I must say, but I was like. I was like 16 or something, maybe even before I started producing. So but from then on, and especially when we had some success as producers, then of course the gigs came internationally.
So do you remember playing the track yourself for the first time in a set?
Yeah, but I was wondering. I think it was. Because I looked in the agenda, and when the release was, or just before the release, when we had the demo, of course, of the promo, we played in Belgium at in a venue together with Mark Norman. It was called Dutch Invasion. I think it was the first time we played it. Yeah, but the first time that it was because that was a nice party, but. We played at Bloemendaal, Transport Nude Party. That's where we met you 17 years ago. I remember playing it there, and that was the crowd was fully trance lovers, and that was really the moment when we thought, we made something really cool.
So we have something here.
So I witnessed like a magical moment.
I think you did. For me, the DJing started basically when we started DJing together. I always had my my techniques. I had a vinyl collection, but I just did it for fun at maybe only home parties, that kind of stuff. So when our like trance profile started to get big, we started getting gigs. Then I started to do this serious. And I still remember, for example, our residency in Belgium at the famous club Illusion as being one of the highlights of that DJing career. We didn't have like festivals back then, not at least the festivals you have right now. It's like people can have their first gig now in front of 100,000 people easily. We really had to like fight for a gig where 400 or 500 people were. I do remember, by the way, I had a first solo gig. I do.
I didn't know.
It was at the same university that we just talked about.
I know. I do.
There was this yearly festival.
IO festival.
IO festival, and indeed, I visited that a few years. It was most of the time there were really good DJs playing there. They had an organization that really was able to spot DJs in an early stage, but they had a really nice choice in music. I remember Estroe, DJ Estroe playing there.
Ebo Man was there as well.
Yeah. So I dropped a demo there saying, okay, I'm a student here, but I also do music. So what do you think? And they booked me for that evening. So I still have some pictures. Maybe you can put some in.
Old pictures are always well.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was my first solo gig, and soon after that, it was just the two of us for every gig.
Which was really fun, I must say, because when you DJ together, we had the same feeling for music, of course. So also, to read the crowd together and You hype each other up. I don't know how you say, but it's like, well, we're gonna play this one. Afterwards, we're gonna play
It's basically it's a sort of a match, right? We always try to impress the other one with the record that you chose to come next. So
it was really cool, and especially when we went to abroad. Yeah, well, if you go solo, you sit in the waiting on the airport and all stuff. You're just on your own. But when you're the two of you,
it's different.
Really different.
It's more fun.
Yeah, it's the part that
a lot more fun.
You hear most DJs complaining about. Okay, I love the live and I love everything, but I can miss the hotels and I can miss the flights. But that hasn't been the case for us.
No,
we always had lots of fun.
I remember we did a remix for a certain Spanish DJ, and then I can tell, right?
I don't know if you can.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there was. Let me summarize. There was money involved, and it was paper money, and we threw it around the hotel.
He basically told the whole story. Right? But we were looking at each other at that moment, and we took a picture, and we thought, wow, this is really nice hobby because we're just doing it for fun, and then it was really a great moment for me as well.
Yeah, super cool. So is there like other highlights or funny things that did happen at a gig?
Well, I still remember when we were in Italy, we did a gig in Milan, I think, and we got invited to someone's garden party the other day, and we were like, okay, when is our flight going? Well, we can make that.
We can fit it in.
So we surprised, I think it was a girl who had her birthday.
I don't know, I can't remember.
Well, at least they were at the party as well, and we got invited at that party. And they were like, okay, tomorrow we have a barbecue and some garden party, and would you like to come? They didn't expect us to actually come, but we got the address, and we got the next day we asked some taxi driver to just get us there. So we came to that party with our record collection, and they were all like, what? They really came up, and we started playing a set there, and it was
a really cool vibe, but really strange because there was a pyro guy. He was throwing, and there were people running around with
masks on.
And
it was really eerie
strange atmosphere,
but really great. And it was.
Did you miss the flight or not?
We still got it, I think. So stories.
So during the years, you guys did a lot of remixes as well for artists such as Tiesto, Chakra, Signum, Ernesto vs. Bastian, Jones and Stephenson, and many others. Do you have a personal favorite of all those remixes?
Yeah,
definitely.
Which one? I doubt if we have the same.
They're all our babies, of course.
Yeah.
So I think we can say that we didn't deliver a remix that we didn't like. But of course, you have levels of liking. For me, it's like the form of love. It's PG2. It's the Spanish DJ, and so the remix we did for I really like the build up and the break and the whole and April's Vivaggio also that has a magical touch to it. Those came to mind first for me.
I can't choose anything other than Adagio for strings, which, by the way, shouldn't have been a remix. Actually, it should have been our own production. I even recall Armin telling me that, Rob, why did you release this as a remix? I was like,
I'm not sure if you can mention that.
Wow.
Yeah, back in the day, it was also
he did it himself, right? Everyone did Adagio for strings, so we could have done it. But no, we there's a special story to that remix. We got called by Dimitri again, Dimitri Lewitt, and he. I remember having him on the phone. He said, "Rob, do you think you guys can do a remix for Tiesto?" And I was like, what?
We were really over the moon because he was number one of the world.
He was the DJ
at that moment. He was like,
he could pick anyone. So
that was we said yes before even knowing what track. And then it appeared to be Adagio for strings. And the good part is we didn't get any parts, any samples, anything. It was just like, okay, we have the CD single for you if you want. Well, okay, I have the MP3, so leave it. But basically that's all we got. So we had to create our own version of this track without basically anything. So I remember having like the music on paper, what's it called?
The note scheme?
The note scheme that classical music players use to redo all the instruments, and we built the whole orchestra in layers. And you can tell by listening carefully to the track that we must have produced it by ourselves, because we actually took more than the sample that the Tiesto, he had a certain loop from the track, and we took a lot more from the original piece, the original classic piece, and we put that in. So we really built that track from the ground up, and it was the production process was such a marvelous ride. It was I remember it had to be finished in 2 weeks as well, so it was really
for us
as slow producers, perfectionists, it was a thing of its own. But so that's my top choice.
For me the same, of course, because of the impact and for our profile, and just the honor to remix Tiesto. That was that should have been my number one. Sorry.
So the last time you guys did a track as Danjo and Styles was back in 2006 when What Lies Ahead came out via High Contrast Recordings. So is there a reason there hasn't been any new Danjo and Styles tracks for more than 15 years?
Well, it was sort of the title gave it away. What Lies Ahead? It's a secret, right? It's the answer is basically life happens, and I think that's when we got into work. I started my own company, which I chose at some time to spend more time on, because that is what brings in what pays the bills basically. One thing led to another. We started seeing each other a bit less.
We had a radio show, of course. We had a monthly radio show, and there was also a lot of time involved making it. At first we had 1 hour by Rob and 1 hour by me. We did it from our home studios, but later on in the process you didn't have time to do it anymore.
I started getting less and less time, or taking less and less time to do this. So at one moment I also had to tell Danjo that I don't think I can spend this much time on our music careers anymore, because I have my company. I want to make this big, and it's that's basically what made us stop producing together for at least 15 years. I would say. So nothing. No hate, nothing, but it's just stuff.
Life happens.
And then we got kids and wives and everything like family life. So then 15 years is nothing. It's it's like this, and it was.
But now you're back in the studio, so the next question is: can we expect any new tracks from you guys in the future?
We have a few concepts laying
we
on
still
the
have a lot of ideas just laying there. So yeah, never say never.
Yeah. And the last question, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
For me, it's a yes. Yeah, no problem.
Whatever makes you happy, man.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Alright, that was it. This week's vlog, my interview with Danjo and Rob Styles and the story behind Duende. Danjo and Rob, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, leave a comment in the comment section below, and very important, make sure to subscribe. Also make sure to click the bell button, because then you will get a notification the next time a new vlog is online. And I did another interview with the guys, and in that one they're telling the story behind Primer and Everlast, which is another classic they did back in 2004. That interview will be online in a couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that one. Once again, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye!